Have you found your purpose in life? Can we choose to live a more purpose driven life? Welcome to another episode of Dr. Chan Chats, where we have conversations so that we can learn to live live better lives. And this is going to be an interactive session where viewers participate, share, and learn from one another. And we're going to tackle this question. Can we choose to live more purpose driven lives, even as we search for our purpose in life? Some of the other questions we are going to tackle include: have you been looking for your purpose in life? Do you have you found a clear purpose in life? Do you desire to live a more purposeful, a more purpose driven life? Do you believe that everybody, including you, can choose to live a more purpose driven life? What can we do to live a more purpose driven life, to live a more purposeful life? Hi, I'm Dr. Chan. If you are new here, I'm a medical doctor from Singapore. I'm known by many people for being very passionate about improving people's lifestyle and eating habits, to encourage them, to teach them, to support them, to improve their diet, improve their lifestyle, to prevent and combat diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and other chronic diseases. Give me a minute. I'm doing a sound check here. Yep, good. And most people know me through my social media, my YouTube channels. And my YouTube channels include The Habits Doctor, The Habits Pharmacy, The Habits Pharmacy Kitchen. The Habits Doctor is a 100,000 subscribers channel, which I'm so delighted to be able to achieve that milestone a couple of months ago. And most people know me when I talk about, because I talk a lot about topics regarding food, regarding lifestyle, regarding our habits as medicine to combat chronic diseases. But today we are not going to talk about food and diet related topics. Today we're going to talk about, in this series, Dr. Chan Chats, we're going to talk about topics beyond health, but also about life, about wellness, the total definition, the total perspective of wellness, purpose, passion, happiness, and other topics that are important for us to be able to live life better, to live better lives. So let's start. Let's start with this very first question. Can we choose to live more purpose driven lives, even as we search for our purpose in life? This is, as I mentioned before, an interactive session. How useful, how interesting, or even how fun this session going to be will totally depend on your participation, depend on the viewers' participation, so that we may be able to share and learn from each other. So let's get back to that question. Can we choose to live more purpose-driven lives, even as we search for our purpose in life? Can I invite you to write your answer in the comments? Use the prefix Q1, because we're going to go through a number of questions, a number of different questions, right? And we're going to go through a number of different questions, right? And we may get confused as to which question you are referring to, that you're answering to, right? And by the time the lag of this live stream, we may be in question 8 and you're answering to question 4. So in if you're trying to answer this question, use the prefix Q1 in front, just like NG has done. Thank you, NG. NG say yes. NG says we can choose to live more purpose-driven lives, even as we search for our purpose in life. Right? Christy say yes too. Christy Ng say yes. We can choose. We can choose. Right? The operative word, the important word here is we can choose, right, to live more purpose-driven lives, even as we search for our purpose in life. How about you? Other than NG and Christy, How about the rest of you? What do you think? Can we choose to live more purpose-driven lives, even as we are still searching for our own clear main purpose in life? But can I maybe ask you the next question? Have you been? How many have you been looking for your purpose in life? How many of you have been looking for your purpose in life? Right. Thank you to JG. Right. JG said yes too. Right. We have NG saying yes. We have Christy saying yes. We have JG saying yes. Right. That we can choose to live more purpose-driven lives. Right. But in the next question, right, I want to ask, like, this is a very common question that people, oh, what's the purpose of life? What's the meaning of life? So many people just spend time, to look for, right? They just spend time to look for their purpose in life. Okay. Spend time to look for their purpose in life, and give a minute now. So many people are looking for, right, their purpose in life. Right. But before I continue, can I encourage all of you, even as I try to tackle, multitask here, some technical problem that I'm facing, right? Can I challenge you, right? Can I challenge you to think about those questions, but at the same time, would be great if you are able to introduce yourself, tell us where you are from, right? What country you are from, and share with us, any words of greetings and encouragement that we may have for one another, right? I'm tackling some technical problems here in trying to share my screen, right? I think I should be able to solve it by now. Yes, right. So have you been looking for your purpose in life? Okay, so that's the question we have been asking. Okay, and question two, Corinne say yes. Right, Corinne say yes. After midlife crisis, need to find meaning. Right, have you been looking for purpose in life? How about the rest of you? Right, Chrissy said found and still looking. Yes, I think it's an evolving thing. Our purpose in life, there's a season, the time and season in our lives, right? That our purpose in life may change. Right, we have Angela Lim. Right, it shares that yes, she has been looking for her purpose in life too. Right. Before I continue, we have 20 over people, right, from Facebook and YouTube tuning in to this live chat. I know more people are streaming in after their dinner. Right. Can I do a quick roll call? What country are you from? Can you share words of greetings, words of blessing to one another in this community here? Can you share which country are you from? And just say hi and send words of greetings and share words of blessings, right, to one another. Okay, so can you do a roll call? What country are you from? I'm from Singapore. I think a number of you are from Singapore. We have viewers participation from Philippines, from USA, from St. Lucia the other day, right? Yeah, it's been great to have so many different people, sharing, participating in this live chat. Thank you. I'm humbled, I'm privileged, and I'm grateful, I'm delighted. Have you found, next question, question 3. Have you found, do you have you found, right? Question 2 was, were you looking? Have you been looking, right? Question 3 is, do you have you found a clear purpose in life, right? And NG say yes. NG has been looking. NG has found a clear purpose in life. How about the rest of you? I shall pause here for a while, right, as I take a sip of my tea, of my chamomile tea. How about the rest of you? Have you found, do you have a clear purpose in life? NG is from Singapore. Good evening to all. Right. Christy is from Singapore. Good evening to all as well. Corinne is from Singapore, and Corinne says, right, that purpose is so important after suffering burnout or midlife crisis. And Corinne has found new purpose and renewal of life. Right? Christy say yes. Right? She has found purpose in life. Let me ask you the next question. Regardless of whether you have found, you're clear, you are able to write down a purpose statement, a life purpose statement, your purpose of life, your purpose in life, the meaning in life. You're able to write it down. Clearly, you can develop a statement. But most people don't. Most people are still looking. Most people are still sometimes just musing, wondering, what's the meaning of life? What's the purpose of life? Right? But even as people are looking, searching for meaning and purpose in life, can I ask you, do you desire to live a more purposeful, a more purpose-driven life? Right? Do you desire to live a more purposeful, a more purpose-driven life? Right? Prefix your answer, right, in the question. Again, Christy, thank you for your participation. Christy say yes. Christy desires, right, to live a more purposeful. Right? Even as she has found purpose in life right now, she desire to be able to live a even more purposeful, more purpose-driven life. How about the rest of you? Do you desire to live a more purposeful, more purpose-driven life? Right? And do you believe that everybody, okay, everybody, including you have a choice? Do you believe that you have a choice? Do you believe that you can choose? Not just wait and not just look and not just hope. You can choose to live a more purpose-driven life immediately. Tomorrow, you can start living a more purpose-driven life. Starting tomorrow. How many of you believe you can? Kichu, raise your hand. Give a thumbs up to this question. Do you believe that everybody, including you, can choose to live a more purpose-driven life immediately? Tomorrow, you starting it. Yes, can you live a more purpose-driven life? Okay. Angie say yes. Christy say yes, definitely. Right. And JG Tan, right, was referring to question 2. Right. JG Tan says that you have been looking for your purpose in life because you want to live well and live well. And live well and live well. Okay, so and we went to question 4, where Corinne desire, right, as well as has found motivation through professional help as well as through friends and family that will cheer her on, right, to give her that desire, that motivation, right, to go on to seek and consciously live out a more purposeful, more purpose driven life, right? And we have Eleanor. Eleanor, first comment here. As we mentioned, you're new in participating in this chat, right? Do put a prefix, to your answer, just like when we answer question 5. Christy here is Q5. Yes. Question, Christy. Yeah. So yes. Eleanor Ho say yes, we can, right? We can live, right? Desire, and Eleanor desire to live a more purposeful life. So now let's go to question 6. What can we do? What do you think we can do? What do you think we can do to live a more purpose-driven life? Anybody has any suggestions? What can we do? Starting tomorrow, starting immediately, starting as soon as possible, to live a more purpose-driven life. Anybody have any suggestions? Share in the comments, right? What can we do to live life more purposefully, to have more purpose in life? You may not have the purpose in life. You may not have found the purpose in life, but can you live life more purposefully, right? What can we do, right, to live a more purpose-driven life? And we have Corinne sharing that, yes, right, need a cheerleaders, need motivators, need spiritual help, counseling, mentors, right, community, encouragement, right? We need more than just education. We need encouragement, right? We need mutual, support, right? Examples, right? We need to have reminders, right, for one another, right? So Corinne says, yes, right? The thing that we can do, not only did she think that we can, but Corinne suggested that we can seek help, or we can look for support in terms of spiritual counseling, professional or mentorship kind of help, right? That to act as cheerleaders and motivators. And Angie says that, need to set the priorities. Need to set priorities. Certainly, I mean, in life, purpose in life doesn't come accidentally. Right? If we prioritize living life meaningfully and purposefully, we get a better chance of achieving so. Right? We don't live a number of days and say, "Oh, was that a purposeful life?" No, any purpose-driven life is a decision. Number one, followed up by an action. Right. And Corinne said that, can read good books, find optimistic people to be with, and then let go of things that bring you down. That we will not let anger, right, let sun set on our anger. We will not be angry. We must learn to forgive. We must learn to let go. Right. And that's one thing that Corinne is sharing. Ikitswan, hello, Ikitswan. Right, welcome. Good evening. You have just joined. Right. Hello. Right. And Christy said, meditate on what we have done for the day and how to improve for the next day. Right. And many people get put off by, wow, I need to ikang so kangko, it needs so much effort. No, it's so intentional. Yes, right. A purpose-driven life is a life lived intentionally. It's a life lived with clear priorities of what is important, what is useful, what is meaningful. Right? Priorities and purpose, they are quite closely related. Right? Very, very closely related. Elena shares that, right? Believe in God, make friends, plan, and be happy. Right? We have Acelia Garon, right? To live our purpose in life is to encourage each other, just like we are doing so here, to share ideas and thoughts so that we can learn in everyone's life, so that no life journeys are wasted. Right? I've done many things in my life. I'm in my 50s now, past my mid-50s now. I've done many things in my life. Some that I'm proud of, some that are less so, some that were very successful, some that are less so. I have gone through my Yuan Wang route. Like I have done things that were not as successful, that were painful, but I learned from them. Right. So just like Asilia is saying here, right, we can share, we can learn, so that there's no journeys wasted. That's what I want this platform to be. Dr. Chan Chats. Right. Dr. Chan, because that's what people calls me because of my profession and because that's what they know me from social media. But I just want to chat about things, right, that are important in life. We have conversations over them so that we may all live better lives, right? And Dancy shares that in terms of process goals, think in terms of process and not think in terms of result. The journey in life is as important as where you end up, the destination. Think about changes in the environment and not willpower. That is Dancy's contribution, right? That's his contribution here, right? And but before I go further, since more people are joining now, we are close to about 40 something, 50 people, right, online round. Can I do ask a favor of all of you, right? Many people are new here, right? Some are from Facebook, some are from YouTube, right? Can we do a quick roll call? Ready, steady, go. What country are you from? Send words of greetings and words of blessing to one another in this community. If you had done it earlier, do it again, because many people have just joined in, right? So as we can build this sense that No, this is not Dr. Chan talking to you. This is all me providing a platform as a facilitator, getting everybody to share, to interact. And after a while, we know one another. And right now we have somebody new. Okay, ready? Steady, go. Type in the comments right now. What country are you from? Say hello, send words of greetings. Right. We have Vanessa Yuan from Melbourne, Australia. Welcome. Right. We have Acelia Garon from Philippines. Ikit Swan from Philippines. We have Maria Teresitas Las from Philippines, right? And we have Eddie from Singapore. The rest of you, right, where are you from? There's about 30, 40 of you here, right? Share, where are you from? And so that we have Christy from Singapore and we have Elena from Malaysia, right? Hello, Elena, right? Hello, neighbor, Elena, right? Yeah. Where else are the rest of you from, right? And we have Celine Tong, right, from India, right? Welcome. We have such a international group here tonight, right? We have, yeah. So continue to type in where you're from. Aqua, right? It's from Penang, Malaysia. Welcome to the chat, right? Let's have a good conversation. Let's have a robust, let's as meaningful, maybe even as suitable and is safe for you, a vulnerable conversation, right? So that we may all learn from one another, right? Just now I asked, right, the question, what can we do to live a more purpose-driven life? What can we do? Any suggestion? Question 6, what can we do to live a more purpose-driven life? Maybe I can help this with this question. What's the difference? Right? Some people say they are searching for the purpose in life. Is there a difference between the purpose in life, living every day with a clear purpose in life and prioritizing everything that you are doing to serve that purpose, the main purpose, that clear purpose, or even God-given purpose in your life, right? What's the difference between that and just a purpose-driven life or a purposeful life? Is there a difference? And because not everybody is searching for, not everybody even think about purpose in life. Even for people are searching, not many, right? Not everybody at least have found a clear purpose in life. But does that mean we cannot live purpose-driven life when we are not sure? Right? Can I rephrase that? The difference between purpose in life to a purpose-driven life. And the purpose-driven life means living each day purposefully. Living each day purposefully. Can I ask you, how many of you would raise your hand and agree with this statement? Right? There are, of course, we have the famous books, right? Famous book about a purpose-driven life. You know, there are different definition of what a purpose-driven life means, a different perspective of it, different areas, compartments to what the purpose-driven life can be, should be, or should look like. But can I simplify it, right, for the purpose of this conversation? A purpose-driven life equals to making the effort to live each day purposefully. If you agree with this statement that I'm suggesting here, right, would you give a thumbs up, Q8, thumbs up, Q8, yes, Q8, agree in the comment section, right? So that I know that whether you would agree, right? Christy say yes, would agree, right? As I propose for this conversation, that purpose-driven life can also be simplified, right? For us to say, let's aim to tomorrow, right? Today is going to end soon for many of us, right? Tomorrow will start soon for many of us. Tomorrow, I want to live it purposefully, right? Simplifying it to that. Angie agrees, Ikitsuan agrees, we have Dancy agrees, Aqua agree, right? That we can simplify a purpose-driven life to also meaning as simplistically as living each day purposefully. And Eddie agrees as well, right? So how do we find purpose in life? The million-dollar question: how? How to find purpose in life? What do you think? Right? How have any of you tried to find your purpose in life? Right? And again, I want to propose a change in this question. How do we find purpose in life? To how do we find purpose in our daily lives? How do you find purpose in our daily lives? Can I suggest to you, we can find purpose in our daily lives by finding problems. Go find problems. If you want to find purpose in your daily lives, go find problems. What do you mean by that? Let me use my own story, this phase of my life, the last 10 years of my life. How did I end up as this doctor, who's so crazy, to be running a clinic, to have even run a restaurant for more than 5 years, to be, teaching, running, training, everything related to lifestyle, diet, teaching people how to be not be overly and solely dependent on medications, right, to prevent and combat the chronic condition. How did I end up to be like this? Right? How did this end up to be my purpose in life for this season? Let me use my example, right, to share with you, right, so that, right, we can understand what I mean when I say, if you want to find a purpose in your daily lives, go find problems. Okay, I want to use an example of how I ended up as being this one of, when people know, oh, Dr. Chan, or my friends know, he's the crazy guy, he's a passionate guy, right? Who is so passionate about getting people to eat healthier, getting people to walk more, getting people to sleep better, getting people to manage the stress, to have a correct mindset for wellness. Why am I so crazy about this? Why am I so passionate about this? Right? Did somebody drop this sudden message to me and say, "Tak Hon, Dr. Chan, this is your assignment, this is your purpose"? Was that what happened? Right? Maybe I can use my story of how I end up being a chef. Right? For many of you who do not know, I was other than practicing as a medical doctor, I was also a full-time chef running my restaurant for 5 years from 2014 to 2019. Right? I'll give you a very quick snapshot, of this story, right? And that may help share what I mean by, if you want to find purpose in your life, go find problems. Right? My wife and I, in about 10 years ago, accidentally started a restaurant. Right? This is not the session to talk about why we started a restaurant, but we accidentally started a restaurant. I have no intention of running the restaurant full time on my own. I have no intention of being a chef or cook. I was a doctor practicing. I'm still a doctor, still practicing. I was doing many things in my life, and the last thing I wanted to do was to work in the kitchen. But I started a restaurant. But the problem is, in the next line here, right, the chef that I hired quit on me. And he quit. So no choice. No, 生了孩子要养的. No, it's like a person need to be responsible, right? When the situation arises, unexpectedly. So when the chef that I hired quit, ran out of the kitchen, I have no choice. I have no intention of being a chef. I ran in the kitchen, right? Initially, supposedly to be for only a few months. In the end, I ended up working as the head chef in my restaurant for 5 years. 5 full years. And it was a tough 5 years. It was very tough. Right? I'm just showing these pictures simply because it's a good picture to show, right? But the toughness is beyond the burns and the cuts, right? That we get. And it was tough not just for me, but it was also tough on my wife. It is painful, it is tough, backbreaking, is I cannot describe how tough running a restaurant is, how tough it is. All right. The F&B business is so tough, right? As a sector, right? The work in it, right, is so difficult to find workers. It's so difficult, right? The mental stress, the physical stress, it was tough, right? But as I was doing that, within a few months of starting the restaurant, and I saw a problem. I saw that many people have chronic diseases. Many are overly dependent on just pharmaceuticals, on drugs to control their lifestyle and their diet related chronic conditions. And yet, these people have clearly, poor diets, have clear aspects of their lifestyle that are not ideal. and they're totally, overly, or even solely depending on just taking medicine, taking pills to control their blood pressure, to control their high blood pressure, control their high blood sugar, their diabetes, control their cholesterol, right? Although they know that their lifestyle and their diet are not just related, but are very impactful to the control of the blood pressure, the cholesterol, and their blood sugar. Many of them have poor diet, and obviously many of them do not eat enough vegetables. Many even hate vegetables. So in the first few months, I was not, I did not start life, my adult life, as this healthy lifestyle, healthy diet kind of person. I was a foodie. I ate all sorts of food, right? It was only 10 years ago when I saw this problem. Many people have poor diet. I only saw this when I was in the kitchen, when I was running a restaurant. Like, wow, the diet that people have, you know. So I saw a problem. So what did I do? Right. So I used the opportunity that I have to try to help solve the problem, help serve the people with the problem. So I began to work in the kitchen to create interesting healthy foods, not just healthy foods, but interesting ones, so as to entice, to encourage people to explore, to try, to change their mindset, to change, their resistance, right? Their reluctance, right, to eat healthy. I even have this customer, this man who was, brought to my restaurant by his wife. Right? His wife didn't tell him that she was bringing him to a healthy food restaurant. He didn't know. He thought it was a normal restaurant, inverted commas. Right? And when he sat down, he saw me and said, "Oh, this is a healthy place, healthy food place." I said, "Yes." And I thought he was going to ask me a question. You know what he did? He stood up and ran out of the restaurant. And the wife apologized to me profusely. The wife said that he refused to even try anything deemed healthy, right? Deemed healthy. Right. So I began to also encourage, engage, and educate my customers about healthy eating, about healthy foods. Right. And this is a picture of me running my restaurant. Right. And then I'm not too sure those people were more interested in the food, right? Were a little bit like angry with me for disturbing their meal. But I took every opportunity to engage, to educate, to encourage my customers at my restaurant and talk to them about their mindsets, their thinking, and the concepts of healthy eating, healthy foods, and how that impact their health. Right. So everywhere I go, anybody who's willing to listen, I have a board. I was teaching, even as they are eating, the young and old. You can see my wife in the background. I'll be in the kitchen. I'll be running out, cooking, serving, then run out to the front to talk to people, to engage them. My wife will be, at the cashier. My wife will be also serving. Right. We even started to run classes. I even began to conduct classes in kitchens, training kitchens to train my patients and train my customers, and to go in depth into that. I began to even doing the loud hours, right, to use my restaurant to teach people, right, about okay, how can we make this healthy ingredient into something interesting, not just palatable, but something enticing. So I began to even use food demonstration. I became almost like supermarket kitchen appliances promoter. You can see that with my headphones and my speaker and my microphone and all. All right. Another of my classes that I conducted and began to be a known advocate on TV, on radio, on the newspapers. Right. And this is a very memorable picture. I even then began to conduct workshop. This is a workshop on diabetes and food. Right. I don't have a proper place. This is in my storeroom, right, in the same building as my restaurant. Right. So you can see I took out a whiteboard. I took a small projector and then projected it on the wall. And I put it on social media that I'm going to conduct this workshop. So people began to sign up. I began to conduct training classes. And then I began to use my restaurant also conduct various workshops regarding food and diet. And it all started because I saw a problem, right? All started because I saw a problem, right? That I saw a problem, right? I saw a problem, right? That many people had chronic diseases. Many people were not eating well, right? Many people were overly dependent on drugs to control their conditions. Many people not eating enough vegetable. Many were even hating vegetables. So I thought being a doctor, being running a restaurant, running a kitchen, I have this unique opportunity, right, to make a difference in people's lives. I have a unique opportunity to help solve this problem in a way that maybe other people are not able to. Right? The only reason I started doing so is because I saw a problem. And I saw that I have been blessed with the ability, the platform, the knowledge, the training, right, to help solve this. So that was what I did, creating, engaging, teaching, educating, and this is went on for 5 years. Since 2014 I've been doing this, all right. And I began to do so. I even run workshops, training, you know, and people invited me to speak at all sorts of venues, all sorts of organizations, churches, cell groups, and all. And that's how I ended up to be this, right? How I ended up to be this doctor, this chef, this trainer, coach, right? Focused, totally obsessed, totally passionate, right? Totally crazy over the power of lifestyle and diet and eating habits, our food as medicine, our lifestyle as medicine, exercise as medicine, sleep management as medicine, stress management as medicine, to prevent and also combat, control diabetes, heart diseases, right? That's how I ended. So all because I saw a problem and I just can't help myself, but went out to solve the problem, right? So I actually had a longer and live chat over this story, right? I done a live chat on this some months ago. That those of you who not watch it, you can watch it in the link below. I'm not gonna go through the whole story. I just to use this story to share with you, right? How I saw a problem, I just can't help myself, but went ahead to try to solve the problem and serve the people with the problem, and that ended up becoming my purpose, my true purpose, my significant purpose in my life. Okay. How teaching and promoting lifestyle habits to combat diseases became my purpose. I was not looking for purpose then. I only saw a problem. I saw a need where I can help solve and serve. So, when we ask about question 9, how do we find purpose in life? I said, let's change it to how do we find purpose in our daily lives, right? I may not be able to help you find your purpose in life. Your purpose in life, the big ultimate mother of all, you know, purpose in life, purpose of life, the meaning in life of yours, not anybody else, not mine, not anybody else's here. I am not able to help you do that, especially when we do not have that level of interaction, right? You may have to find your purpose in life through prayer, through meeting up with people, counselors, right? Life coaches, have conversations with people who knows you. But I may not be able to help you find your purpose in life. But I'm confident I am able to, and I want to encourage you to find purpose in your daily lives. How do we do that? Go find problems. Right? Find problems at home. People at home, your family, your loved ones, right? Your friends, or people at work. I'm not talking about work problems. I'm talking about at work. There are people with problems, your colleagues, right? Not just work problems, but people who have needs, people who need help, right? In the community, right? Open your eyes, see problems, and if you may, serve the people at home, at work, at the community with problems. And when you do that, you will find purpose in your daily life by going to find problem and serve. So are you willing? Can I ask you, so many of you watching in and participating in this live chat, are you willing to go find problems and then help solve those problems and serve the people with problems, big or small. You can start doing so tomorrow, right? When when you go to when you're doing something, some people find pleasure, some people find profit. Can I challenge you? Find problems and then solve it, serve people with it, and find your purpose. Are you willing to? How many of you are willing to go find problems and help solve them in a big way, small way? Right? Not even need to be a professional, not even need to have specialty knowledge. Anybody, you can be an encourager. Somebody is lonely, pick up a phone, call. You are that person who show this person that he or she is not alone. How many of you are willing? Can I challenge you? Are you willing to find problems and help solve those problems and serve people with those problems? Thank you, Christy. Christy say yes. Christy is willing to go find problems and help solve those problems and serve the people with those problems. Thank you, Ikit Swan. Right, Ikit Swan says that willing to. I'm delighted. Right, even with just 2%, right, saying yes. Right, I'm saying the hour that I spent, you know, uh, it's not wasted. Even if just 1%, as a result of our conversations today, as a result of our chat today, that someone is now willing to open their eyes and look up wherever you are, look for problems, people with problems, and reach out to solve the problem and serve them. Who else? Who else is willing to? Who else is willing to have this mindset of being a problem finder, problem searcher? And then, if you are able to, you are willing to solve and serve. Thank you, Kwa. Right. Thank you, Ikiswan. Thank you, Christy. That's a great encouragement to me. Right. That's a great, great encouragement to me. Right. That a result of this conversation, I have this platform of being able to reach people, engaging people to chat. Right. That you are now we have a few people, and maybe in the replay, even more people, right, would be challenged, would be reminded to be a contributor to the many problems and the people with problems out there in our social circles, in our work circles, even in the community, right? And when we do so, right, we will all be able to live life more purposefully, more meaningfully. And the next question I'm going to ask you, right, can you share examples, right, of that? Right, and that's nice that you can. Lindy Diapana, we have just joined in. That's nice. Lindy have just said that no, you are willing to, and you're already doing, finding problems and serving. We want to share if it is appropriate and you are comfortable sharing examples of the problems you are now willing to try and help and solve and serve. Like you have any ideas that have now come to your mind? Hey, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can help this person. Maybe I can contribute to this. Right? What is your unique? Are you in a position? Are you blessed with these gifts? Are you, instead of looking, you know, focusing on yourself? What is my purpose in life? Right? Can you focus on the people around you? What are their problems? Right? Can I help them? Can I help relieve some of their problems? Would that make your daily lives more purposeful? Right? Would that make your daily lives more purposeful? So Lindy is saying that, right? She's already doing that. Thank you, right, to Lindy. And have a quick recap. Right? Thank you for all your participation, and I'm very delighted and grateful for your participation. Have a quick recap on the questions that we were tackling today. And the main question I wanted to ask was, can we choose to live more purpose-driven lives, even right as we search for our purpose in life. And I also asked, have you been looking for your purpose in life? Many people are. But even as many people are looking for, not many, not everybody have found a clear purpose in life, right? But most people, if they are asked and challenged to think about it, most people desire to live a more purposeful, a more purpose-driven life. And also challenge you, do you believe that everybody, including you, can choose to live a more purpose-driven life, right? What can we do? Right? What can we do to live a more purpose-driven life? There's a difference, right, with this ultimate mother of all, the number one, most important, the clear purpose in life for a person. And we all desire that, right? But even when we have not found that, can we look at the difference between that and just have this mindset of living a purpose-driven life, right? And I simplify it to say that a purpose-driven life is one whereby we remind ourselves, we prioritize, we make the effort of living each day purposefully. Living each day purposefully. Right? And how do we do that? How do we find that purpose in life? It is by going to find problems. Wherever you may be, at home, relationships with, once you have relationships, whether at home, at work, or in a community, you have the platform, right, to be, if you open your eyes, to be sensitive to people who can do with some help, people who are in need, people who have problems. Go find problems and then serve these people with problems. And as you do that, you will find your purpose. You will find your purpose in your daily lives at least. And as it continue to grow, as the door opens for you, as you serve, that you may discover to be a purpose of your life. A significant purpose. May not be the purpose, but maybe one of the many, or in that season of your life, the purpose. Just like I've shared earlier in my story about how I became this advocate, this doctor, this coach, this YouTuber, this TikToker, always talking about lifestyle and diet and health. Right? And I ended up with challenging you, right? Challenging you. Are you willing to find problems and help solve and serve? All right. Venita, just quick before you go, welcome again, Venita. Happy week, everyone. Have an amazing, blessed day. We're going to watch this later. All right. Are you willing to? Can you share examples of? Right. And that was my challenge to you. Right. And Lindy, thank you for your sharing and contribution. Right. It would be great if everybody else. Right. I'm gonna end. I want to come to this point. What is your takeaway from today's session? Has it given you food for thought? Has it at least nudged you or even catalyzed you to take action, to find problems, to help solve and serve? To share in the comments, right? It will be so meaningful for me, so helpful for me, all right, to hear from you, right? What is your takeaway from today's session, right? Do share in the comments. Because I've been talking, and then it almost like sometimes speaking into this dark hole, and then don't hear back, and sometimes it can become very lonely being on social media and talking, creating videos. And that's why I wanted these live chats, right, to be able to um, give the platform at the live session, right, for people to share in the comments, even though not in video, at least in the comments, right? It'd be great, right, if you could share with me what is your takeaway from today's session. Has it at least given you food for thought? Has it hopefully maybe nudged you a little bit, or catalyze you to take action, to help find problems and to solve, right? Thank you, Vanessa, Thank you. I'm grateful. I'm encouraged. I'm grateful and encouraged. Thank you, Vanessa. Right. Thank you to Corinne. Right. For sharing that. You know. I thank you that I'm encouraged. I'm Yeah, because it has not been an easy journey. Yeah, Corinne, I don't have the time to share the stories of how challenging this walk has been. Sometimes solving problems is not easy because you are trying to get people to do what they need and not just what they want. And what they want and what they need often may not be the same thing. Serving people's wants is very profitable, but serving people's needs that is in contrast to their wants is very painful. Right? When it comes to diet, for example, what people want to eat is we will serve that, is very profitable. But what people need to eat for their health, and often that is in great contrast with what they want to eat, unhealthy food. But what they need to eat is healthy food. I'm just generalizing it. Right. So you're trying to serve in this area of nudging people, changing their mind about diet. I have a lot of war stories to tell. Any of you interested in my war stories, right? Of all the pains and all the challenges, some encouraging ones, no doubt, right? Stories of all the things I've done in this area of trying to change people's diet. I even done workshops and programs for churches and cell groups, and it's not been easy, to get them to change the diet because it is not what they want, although it is what they need. So I thank you, Corinne, right, for your this sharing in your comment. Right? I thank you, and have Susan, right, challenge you to try to move towards a purpose-driven life. You're from California, and thank you that for your participation and your comment here. Again, I cannot say enough how precious, how encouraging your comments here are from Corinne, from Susan. I thank you. Right. And we have Ray. Ray did ask, why did I decide to close my restaurant and workshop? Running F&B is not easy, Ray. Right. The number one problem is manpower. Right. No matter what, the big things and small things, my wife and I, we were both burned out. When push come to shove, the employees may not turn up at work, but we have to turn up, right? When somebody is not running the kitchen, I ran the kitchen. When somebody is not washing dishes, and we were burnt out after 5 years, right? And to serve, I was not in there for profit. I in there to solve the problem of purpose, and it was challenging. I was 出钱出力，失掉我们的青春。It's like, yeah, we were giving our all to it. And for 5 years, after 5 years, we thought, no, we are not spring chicken anymore, right? My wife and I, we said, yep, maybe it's time for us to pivot to serving people in another way, right? That is within, right? That can take the lessons, right, from our restaurants. I'm not stop my workshops. I've not done many physical workshops recently. I may do it in another way. All right. But that's what it is. Right. And Christy, right, yeah, shares that yes, your takeaway is that you'll find problems and provide solution. Right. Vanessa, say give you different ways perspective, I'm sharing more stories with you. So thank you if you support my this new series called Dr. Chan Chats. Right, certainly not a vanity project. Right, I'm doing so because I want to provide a platform that social media, right, should be more than just, right, we should use social media when you go on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, right, we should be using it for more than just selling goods. Can we use Facebook, YouTube, TikTok to do good and not just to sell goods? Right? Can we? That's my desire, and that's why I wanted to start this series called Dr. Chan Chats. Provide platform, right? Challenging food for thought for people, nudge people, remind people, encourage people, and that's what I want to do, right? And that's why I started this series. And 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 I can you do me a favor? For those of you who have watched this, you have found it beneficial or interesting or not even, right? Can you share your feedback with me? Has this session tonight been useful to you? Has it been interesting to you? Have you, or even been fun to you, right? Or am I wasting my time? Has the last 45 minutes, an hour, been a wasted hour for me? I should have gone and do something else. Or has it been a purposefully used time for me, right? Uh, Depending on feedback, then I can at least make informed decision whether to invest more of my life, my time in doing this live chats, Dr. Chan chats. Has tonight's session been useful to you? Has it been helpful to you? Should I do more, or should I maybe not, unless I have nothing else better to do? What do you think? Right, Lindy, thank you for your encouraging words. Right, Angie, thank you for your encouraging words. Right, Christy, thank you. Right, for your feedback. Right, so even you're watching the replay, can you do me this favor? Can you leave me a feedback? Has this session been useful to you? Should I do more or less of these live chats? Right, and what topics would you want me to, right, provide the platform for everybody to participate and share? Right, I'm happy to see so many of you joining me live from YouTube, some from Facebook. Right, most of my followers on live chat at least are on from Facebook. Right, so I thank all of you. Right, so for those of you who do not know, have not visited my various YouTube channels, right, the links to the channels are in the description. Right, do go and subscribe and like them so that you get updated, right, when I have new videos and all. Right, there are 3 different channels with a slightly different focus. Right, do share that. And those of you who want to watch the live chat I had a few months ago, where I shared in detail and shared a lot of stories and photos of my restaurant, right, go in the link in the description. Right, there's a link to that video. Right, and I was asking for feedback just now, and I thank you, right, Vanessa, for your feedback. Right, thank you, Vanessa, for your feedback. Interesting. Watch my past recording. Look forward to more. Thank you. Should I do more, Vanessa? Right, of these live sessions and not just do videos? Letitia, right? Thank you for your comment. Thank you, right? And Aqua, inspired. Yeah. Thank you. No Sifu, right? Sometimes for those of my generation and age, right? Yeah, I sometimes feel like 你大傻講故事, like the old days rediffusion, 你大傻講故事. So sometimes I feel like one, but thank you for your very generous and encouraging words, Aqua, right? And Ray, Liu, thank you. Thank you for your encouraging words as well. For the rest of you, right? Even you're watching the replay or you are thinking about it, right? Even after I ended the live chat later, right? Can you do me a favor? Give me your feedback. Has it been useful to you? Should I do more, or am I wasting my time? This is my way of prioritizing my investment of my time, investment of my life, right? Because every single day, every single minute is precious, and I want to make full use of it to have the greatest impact where I can make the greatest difference, right? So your feedback is precious, right? So do give me your feedback, right? And this is Dr. Chan, and this is Dr. Chan Chats, where we have conversations, we have sharing, so that we can learn from one another, so that we may live life better, so we may all live better lives. Thank you for joining me, right? Thank you, right? Angie, yeah, thank you, Angie, for your encouraging words, right? Social media is so powerful. Little did I know that I'm able to reach so many tens of thousands of, some of my videos have more than 1 million views. I'm reaching so many people. People are coming up to me in hawker centers. People are coming up to me in the parks. People are coming up to me in the supermarkets. Hey, Dr. Chan, I saw this thing from you. And wow, it is a platform that I feel that I need to treasure and make the most good, contribute the most good to the society, right, to the community, to even the global community virtually online, right? So I'm grateful. Angie, thank you for your words, right? Vanessa, thank you, right? So let's continue to talk. Let's continue to learn from one another. Let's continue to learn to live life better and live better lives. Be blessed. Have a blessed night. Good night.